a big focus area for you now that you have certainty regarding your access to Sishen South and other iron ore opportunities under the Kumba aegis, is that you need to now look at vertical integration opportunities of your own, and you have serious intent in this regard.
Of course. Well, if you see where we at now, we can source 80% of our requirements, and the remainder we will source in the market. So from a supply perspective, we're okay. Clearly, as we get closer to the depletion of the resource at Thaba, we then get into a situation where we stand the very real chance of having 60% of our requirements being met by Kumba out of the Sishen contract. So there's certainly more urgency to the attempt to source raw materials of our own than there were, say, this time last year. The issue then is, where do you go? South Africa does have iron ore resources scattered around the country, which various companies, and they tend to be smaller PE companies, have got prospecting licenses for. So I think the challenge for us now is to identify a few of those to work with and see whether we can bring a few of these assets into production.
And you've also got an emphasis on coking coal.
We haven't, as I stand today, been able to identify sources of hard coking coal in the South Africa region. So at this point, we do have a minority shareholding in Coal of Africa, which has some promising deposits. We will test those, and once we know what kind of coal sits there, we'll be in a better position to assess what next. But at this point, actually, we do not have any meaningful potential sources of hard coking coal.
And your iron ore focus would be South Africa specifically, not necessarily Southern Africa?
Southern Africa, insofar as it's a neighboring country, would be fine. It would be within the range of regions that I think are worthwhile for us to look for. So, Mozambique is not far. Countries like that would certainly be within the perimeter where we look.
And the provincial territories you'd be looking at, would it be also Northern Cape, primarily?
I think this, it's going to be led by availability. You go where it is. We're not going to be able to be prescriptive about where we will go and where we will not go. So provided that there's a resource, it's of a reasonable quality and can be mined cost effectively, we will look at it.
Thanks very much.